from New South Wales, Samuel Walter from South Australia, Toby Wilkes from Victoria, Joel Ibriano in lane 4 from Victoria, Sebastian Wickart in 5 from New South Wales, Oliver Santo 6 from Queensland, Sam McCure, and in 7 from Victoria, Liam O'Rourke. We've also got 14 starters in the girls. Under 14 3,000 metre walk, Alexandra Griffin from WA, Alana Hickson, New South Wales, Millie Borton, New South Wales, Latea Lawrence from WA, Ellie Pasonic from South Australia, Scarlett Schofield from Queensland, Quinella Jade Dagan from Queensland, Eliza Pelham from South Australia, Keely Holmes, New South Wales, Emma Thompson, New South Wales, Katani Upton, South Australia, Annika Clark, Queensland, Isabella Dunn, New South Wales, and Jada Anderson from Queensland. The meet record for the women's 3,000 metre walk, Toby Wilkes, 14:07.70. And interestingly for the men's, it is slower, 14:44.47. So I don't think those are correct. And that will be some very interesting walking out there at the moment. We've got a female in the lead in this under 14 metre walk.
Isabella Dunn, New South Wales, Jada Anderson, Queensland. So that's your runner in both these walking races, being run currently.
Victory ceremony and medal presentation for the under 18 men's scribble jumping championship of Australia. Medals to be presented by Andrew Mercy. Began his athletic career winning 2 Australian junior titles and then finished it off with 13 Australian Open triple jump crowns. In third place, 42 metres 60, representing Victoria, Jocelyn Cooper. Second place with a silver medal, 14 metres 80, representing New South Wales, Connor Murphy. And in first place, Australian under-18 champion, winner of the gold medal, 14 metres 96, representing Queensland, Joshua Cowley.
That's Toby Wilkes currently in the lead at the moment in the men's 3,000 metre walk, and that's Jada Anderson from Queensland leading the women's. So the South Australian young man jumping his way into the lead. Quite a gap back to second place at the moment.
Now in the infield, we have event 106, the women's javelin throw at 20. They'll be using the 600 round.
That's still Toby Wilkes out in the lead. Jada Anderson, second place. Starting very shortly, we will have the women's under 20 javelin throw. Some familiar names in that. The meet record, we're going to believe this one, Laura Cornford from New South Wales, currently part of the Queensland team management. And Mackenzie Little, the 2013 World Youth Gold Medalist.
So you stole her? Is that what you're saying?
Well, being a New South Welshman myself, yeah. I've recruited to the light.
As we can see there, Toby Wilkes walking very nicely here. South Australian athlete, 5 laps to go for him. Jade Anderson right behind, as is Alexandra Griffin, the West Australian athlete. Annika Clark from Queensland, and also Isabella Dunn coming through nicely. The obviously taking Toby Wilkes out of it. The women are really putting it to the men here.
They are. Second place at the moment's a good 50, maybe more, probably 70 metres back from Toby. So he's absolutely lighting up this walk at the moment, the South Australian. As unfortunately with a javelin at the same time, young lady from South Australia is going to have to wait for all these walkers to clear the way before she gets out there. But looks like we've got 16 starters in this women's javelin. Lara Ilievsky, Brooke East, Chloe Metcalf, Chelsea Owen-Smith, Emily Canham, Samantha Miller, Charlotte Farmer, Talasanga Kia, Cameron Newton-Smith, Jess Bell, Chloe Davis, Samantha Lee, Caitlin Money, Ellie Boyer, Jessica Aldridge and Alexandra Roberts. The ladies out there throwing the 600-gram implement and 50 metres. Exactly on the dot. That is the distance required to qualify for the World Under-20 Championships. There's a few athletes out there very athletes in the field competed last year at the Commonwealth Youth Games. Ellie Boyer throwing 50-64 to come second, and Alexandra Roberts coming in 4th place over there. So some talent in there, and Cameron Newton-Smith out in the field as well. Very handy. She'll be on her way to Finland for the heptathlon after taking out the national title and having previously done a qualifier. We'll keep an eye on that 50-metre mark out there.
We're on Blake's camera. We're still coming to walk. It's coming to light. So you're not seeing it. But what you're seeing, that screen right there is what's coming through.
So still Toby Wilkes out there in the lead. He's coming down, he's got 3 laps to go.
Might want to possibly slow that pace down a little bit, getting a... it looked like it was for knees getting shown a warning.
Ooh. Got to be careful. Got to be very, very careful in the walk. Obviously,
so the bend...
3 strikes are out.
The bend card is for knees. And the... is it a squiggle?
It's like a sideways W.
And that's for contact.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that.
No.
I'm not going to call it. I do not have my walks qualification.
No, neither. I've got my around the outside collecting the tickets qualification.
Yep, I've got the bike riding around between the walks charges to collect the red tickets. I've got that.
I had to walk it.
You had to walk it?
Yeah, it was a 10K walk, and I think I went 7.
See, that's what happens in Queensland.
I was in New South Wales, thank you very much.
Well, obviously, things have changed.
Should have got the car out.
The bike is used now. Because obviously we want to make sure those red tickets get.
I didn't get any tickets either.
You didn't get any at all?
No.
Whoa, jeez.
What a waste.
Jeez. Yeah,
got my steps up though.
The first few
Fitbit champs.
The first few laps, I wasn't collecting any, so I felt a bit neglected with it. But then they just started to roll in.
What were your splits like?
No, I don't want to say that I enjoyed grabbing the red tickets because you're breaking hearts with that. But I felt like I was a part of it.
You do find that the race does heat up, obviously, so when it gets towards the pointy end, people are trying to push the limits a little bit more.
Yep,
and
they're
fatigue.
They're fatiguing, and that's the big contributor to it, I think. As we see here, Toby Wilkes not fatiguing at all.
Now, the last judge, you just see them pop out of screen there. That is the chief judge, and they're the only one that can instantly disqualify anyone. They can disqualify anyone instantly in the home straight. So when there was the 3 strikes and you're out kind of rule, and someone just decided, I'm only on 1 strike, I'm just going to sprint the last home straight with 1 judge, the judge can't just go, got you, got you, got you. You only get 1 per judge.
Yep.
So that's why they did bring in the rule of instant disqualification.
It's a good rule. It'd be interesting to see it in place previous to the rule being introduced, watching someone run the last 100 metres of walk. I don't know, do we have any international footage of that? I wonder. We might have to peruse the files of YouTube and see if we can come up with anything. If anyone out there finds it before us, please send it in to us. All the walkers out there, let us know. Now, Toby Wilkes getting a lot of screen time currently. He's out there in the lead, and rightfully so. All his friends back home in South Australia, I'm sure, will be watching this one, cheering him on.
It's what, 4:30 back in South Australia?
Perfect time to start to school.
Done your homework.
Yep.
Walk
get
the
on
dog.
there. Look, I just want to go watch Tobes. Let's get on there.
Tobes on TV.
Probably got him streaming on the TV in the lounge room.
Why wouldn't you? Big screen it. Oh, they could have been watching all day. It's a public holiday. Brilliant.
There you go. There you go. So, 1 to go for Toby Wilkes. He's looking really strong here in the final stages of this under-14 men's 3,000 metre walk. Obviously, with the athletes spread out over the whole 400 metre track, it is difficult for us to keep track of who is in the silver and bronze medal positions for these events. But we will try and update you as soon as we can on who that will be. A lot of these athletes now receiving the bell, as you can hear in the background.
Yeah, Toby Wilkes with only 200 metres left. He's coming with a seed time of 14:07.70. I think he could be under that.
Yep, and if I've got this right, Alexandra Griffin from Western Australia, she's the current leader for the women's, possibly.
Yeah, just down the back straight, 2:50 to go for her.
Yep. But Toby Wilkes is entering the straight now.
He needs to make sure he doesn't push the pace too much, get there safely. We did see him get a warning earlier.
Yep. But as he comes down the straight, put your hands up, Toby. Start to celebrate because you're looking pretty good here. He's going to go past the chief judge here. She has a look. All clear. He's going to cross the line.
Almost a sub-14 there for Toby.
Obviously, we can't say he's got the gold yet because obviously all the judges need to come in, hand their cards into the chief who will go through them.
And if we're going off the meet record there, the meet record was 14:44, so he's just dropped 43 seconds off that.
That's not too bad. So 14:01.22. It's quicker than his seed of 14:07.70.
He's done it brilliantly, Toby Wilkes. And here comes your winner in the female, Alexandra Griffin from WA. As the WA go wild in the bay next to us.
Here comes Jada Anderson. She's going to cross the line, second in the under-14 women's 3,000 walk. As the rest of this field starts to filter in now. Looks like Isabella Dunn from New South Wales. She'll be third across the line here. Here's Oliver Santo coming across. Here with the second male competitor across, and it's a tight battle here for third. Right on the line. Oh, probably go with Samuel Walter with that one. He'll be third across the line. Sam McCure just missing out on that one, but as we've said, we've got to wait for the judges to come together, hand their red cards into the chief. They will go through. They'll identify whether someone has been disqualified or not. It's always heartbreaking when you see someone disqualified in the walk. Obviously, the famous disqualification coming down the tunnel.
Happened only 250 metres away from where we're sitting right now.
Exactly right, yes, yes, we are very close to it.
I'm fairly sure
All of Australia watched on with that, and I think every single person felt it.
I think it was an Australian judge too.
Yeah, but I did hear a story that the DQ did happen earlier, and that was just obviously when she was notified.
Which is, yes, it's very, very unfortunate, but it's the way the event goes.
Exactly, and that is the walking event. But I remember sitting at home watching that, and I was devastated, absolutely devastated. I could only imagine what she was feeling.
You might notice, if you get any close-ups of these walkers, they are wearing numbers instead of name bibs. It just, for the officials' purposes, it's much easier to write down a number quickly when discerning a red card for an athlete than it is writing an entire name. Obviously, they have hip numbers, but those hip numbers are for photo finish assistance. So when you take a photo from photo finish in a laned race, you might see some little black dots. That determines the lane that they're in, and when you look at the photo, you can see what lane they're in, and that's easy to put the photo finish in. But when they aren't in lanes, without absolutely knowing what every single athlete looks like at full speed on a 2,000 frames per second camera, which you might have seen some of those weird looking legs and things. If you don't know what someone looks like, that's why we need hip numbers.
Exactly. You might be able to pick yourself out of the image.
Yes.
But if you're a photo finish official, obviously they don't know every single athlete, so it is impossible to determine who is who, which is why those hip numbers are so critical.
Yes. And you might notice they're wearing both, so we have an inside and outside camera. The little setup of tripods over the finish line, you can see they're just above the one. They are just beams.
Yep, finish line cells.
So that's for the clock to stop. So that's not necessarily, that's why we have an unofficial and an official time. It is close, but the beams can be broken by any part of the body, whereas the photo finish is from the torso. I'll tell you a story. We had someone call us up and go, hey guys, so we had a race the other day, and just in our office, one of the young fellas against an old guy, we all went down to the park, ran 110 metres. I don't know why they decided to go 110 metres. We want to know who won. I was like, oh, so what? How do you win? Is it what his part of your body is? It blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh no, we've got a video. So they sent us through the video. We got our photo finish judges to determine who won this random real estate agent sprint race between the two. And I've got to say, damn tight.
Wow, there you go.
It legit needed photo finish.
Maybe there's a business in this. So
Office sprint races.
We can get our photo finish officials together. If you need a race determined, who the winner was, send in your footage.
Oh, mate, we'll do it.
And we'll do it, yeah.
We'll help you out.
Yeah.
That was very, very tough.
Obviously, all the officials will take payment in cash. As we see, that's Quinella Jade Dagan from Queensland out there in the walk. She's got one lap to go.